Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is John Irwin and this is Excelsior Entertainments. Well, it's Friday the 11th of July and probably one of the hottest days of the year. And where am I? Well, if you look up there, because I'm using the 360 camera, you can see a viaduct. It's not Penistone Viaduct, no, it's Denby Dale. So I'm going to be walking back to my house from Denby Dale, and give or take 100 metres or so, it is 12 miles to my doorstep. In the bag then, I've got the usual baggy machines. Even got my floppy hat today. I haven't got my hunter's hat, my safari hat. I think I've left it on my couch at home, but we'll see how it goes. Got the usual stuff in the bag, the drone, got some water, even got some potted dog sandwiches as well. So, join with me as we start this 12-mile walk back to Worsbrough. Right, so headed out of Denby Dale, left the viaduct behind. Joined one of the main roads and came up towards a pub down there called the Dunkirk. That was the 1 mile point, and the main road there takes you straight down and into Barnsley. I think it's called Barnsley Road, and it passes by Cawthorne, but it's a main busy road, and with it being an old country type road, there's lots of vehicles. So, I am definitely still heading to Cannon Hall at Cawthorne. From Denby Dale, if you look at that picture that I took of that milestone marker, it's 4 miles. So, I was saying I got to the Dunkirk and I turned left. So I'm going to come up this country lane. Obviously these back lanes are going to be a lot less busier than that main road down there. I think probably the most dangerous thing you'd encounter on here, 100 years ago, would have been horse and cart. I mean, there's still traffic on here, but a lot less busier than that road. Anyway, I'm going to swap arms. It is very, very hot. Along here, there is, in a field just off to the right hand side, a Trig Point. What is a Trig Point? Well, in my bag I've got my Kindle with some information on, but Trig Points were essentially invented to map the country. So, along here somewhere, there is a Trig Point in a field. Well, I'm trying out all the devices today. Spin the camera around. Hello, look. Got my Kindle. Got some facts on here about what a Trig Point is. Let's have a see then. The Trig pillar was first used in the re-triangulation of Great Britain on the 18th of April 1936. With over 6,500 built, they were vital in map making. Trig pillars, also known as trig points or triangulation pillars, are columns made of cast concrete or cemented stone. I think you can probably just see the Emily Moore transmitter peeking over that bush, but yeah, there you go. Look at that view, and down there, yep, I think that is Cawthorne. So you can see that wooded area there. That's where I'm going to be walking down through. And he says, I believe that is called Defferwood. And in there is a lookout, a summer house, formerly owned by the Stanhope family, which I believe was the family that ran Cannon Hall back in the day. And it's also known as a root house, R-O-O-T. What's one of them? Well, I'll explain it when I get there. But it's probably quite obvious when you think about it. Bar gum and all that. 'Tis warm, but it is absolutely outstanding. The views, the scenery, gorgeous. Anyway, and at some point I have to say so, don't I? So anyway, I've made my way down from that Trig Point. And I am heading toward the root house that I mentioned, and it's the Defferwood summer house lookout. Never been here before, seen pictures of it on Google, looks interesting. And then a little distance from there, and I mean a little distance, is Cannon Hall itself, with the gardens and the farm shop. I'm not sure of the distance, but I'm sure, as this is no doubt up on YouTube by this point, I will have done a quick calculation and worked out the distance, and a little graphic will pop up on screen and tell you. So yeah, came down from there, climbed over a wibbly wobbly stile, and now heading down this path and through this woods. So hopefully, very shortly, I will find you that summer house. Guess who took a bit of a wrong turn? That's right, Johnny did. So, Cannon Hall Farm and Shop was not quite as close as I'd hoped. It is. It's just that there wasn't particularly any signposts in the woods near that summer house that said, come down this way and you'll get to Cannon Hall quick. So I followed a logical path and came out probably another quarter to a half mile further through the woods. There was a footpath that led through a field that would have cut a little bit of the walk down. However, it was full of sheep and rams, and they were all gathered by the stone wall, and they would have been in my way, and I'm not going to argue the toss with hot, angry rams and sheep. So I just, down through the woods onto the road and made my way up here. So as you can see, turned into the farm shop and entrance here at Cannon Hall, and we'll proceed down here and have a sit down. I've had my sandwiches, so I'll at least have a drink of water. And according to the directions that I did earlier, this should be 4 miles, but with the faffing about, it's probably a little bit more. Anyway, see you shortly. Now, where was I? Ah yes, this time last year. This was pretty much the spot where I finished the walk when I did Emily Moore to here. I have to admit I am feeling a little dog-eared. I think it's possibly the heat. I have a headache running down the right of my face and cheek. I have some pain there. I think that may be to do with the toothache that I'm experiencing. I had a wisdom tooth out earlier this year, and the other one is now complaining. What can you do? I have to say, intrusive thoughts are setting in about giving up, but I'm still going up to the Spencer's Arms. Still going to sit down and have a drink. What else? Oh yes, I got some drone footage of the farm area and whatnot. Not too close. Could hear a family walking along saying, "Is that a drone?" Didn't keep it up too long simply because of the heat, and while I was flying it, the actual controller was getting hot, as is the DJI wireless mic that's attached to my shirt. So I think I shall keep these updates short and sweet and give the equipment a chance to cool down. See you shortly. Yeah, so the energy kicks in. I said right at the start of this walk, when I was back at Denby Dale, and I got to the Dunkirk and I turned left to come up that country road, and I said, this main road here takes you down and through Cawthorne. Well, that's your main road there. Down there, at 2 miles on the right, is the Dunkirk. But we are coming out of Cawthorne, and I'm going across the road at this junction towards Silkstone. I've just come out of the Spencer's Arms, had a drink there. Feel a bit better. The temperature is still red hot, as you can see, so bear with me when I cross this road. I'm doing all my looking arounds. Right, follow me. I don't know. Getting too old to be running across roads. So, yes, Silkstone Lane. So leaving Cawthorne behind and heading down towards Silkstone. Forget the church down there, but there's a big memorial in the graveyard down there, isn't there? Husker Pit Memorial, is it? No, or is that up? Is that up near the woods? Anyway, we head up here towards Silkstone. Aye, so originally I was doing the 12 miles, wasn't I? And quite frankly, I don't know exactly how far at this point. Anyway, at this point, as you can see, just over there in that field, there is a pylon. And on the original route, Here we're setting up. Right, I'm in queue of traffic here. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, that pylon. That was the 6 mile mark. So, if I was doing 12, then I'm at the halfway mark, but I don't know. And I've already made an adjustment in my head to the route. So, I don't think I'm quite going to do the route that I planned out in my head last night. But anyway, that's how it goes when you're out and about. See you shortly. You know what? I'm sat here under this tree at Silkstone Medical Centre, and I can't do any more in this heat. So, rather reluctantly, and from a safety point of view, I think I will call it quits and get myself a taxi home from here. I've no idea of the mileage, but I will do the usual, plot it out and stick a graphic on screen. Oh. I thank you all if you've watched the video thus far, for being on the journey with me. But I'm not daft. Anyway, please like, share and subscribe. And oh yeah, that other video, the 6 P's. What do the 6 P's stand for? Anyway, I shall see you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.